Hey, what's up, everybody? I just wanted to surprise you guys with a review of K. It's not K-pop. Sorry. Hi. I'm a little nervous because I haven't done a movie review on here in a long fucking time because people don't watch it. But, I kind of want to start doing things for me. So, even if nobody watches this, I kind of want to still talk about a movie I just saw. I saw Suicide Squad not too long ago, and I have some thoughts on it if you care to hear them. So, I saw the original Suicide Squad. I was very excited about it, like everybody else was. I was really hopeful for the Joker. I was really hopeful for Harley Quinn because that was the first time Margot Robbie played her. I was really excited about everything, and we all know how that worked out. But with this new movie, I had those hopes again. Despite the fact that, ironically, the trailers for the original Suicide Squad were significantly better than the trailers for this one, it's like equivalent exchange. This one has horrible, horrible fucking trailers, but the movie was fantastic. Here's why. So, I'm going to start with the characters. They were all played to absolute perfection. Margot Robbie continues to exemplify everything that makes Harley Quinn Harley Quinn. I've watched the Harley Quinn show, and that both she and King Shark are both featured in, and this season 2 was like alright. Season 1 was good, season 2 was but either way, this is Harley Quinn. The Harley Quinn in the Harley Quinn show is so unlike how she is in the comics and the movies and the cartoons and everything else, and that's not inherently a bad thing, but it is something that kind of bothers me as a huge Harley Quinn fan. And I know that everybody in the Harley Quinn show is kind of a parody of themselves, whatever. I don't really like what they did with her. This was just perfect. She did so good, but it wasn't the Harley Quinn show. Unlike the original Suicide Squad, which focused almost exclusively on Harley Quinn, the time was divided super well between all the characters here. And I think that that's so good. I love ensemble casts, and this movie boasts quite a huge cast of very cool, very interesting, really dynamic, multi-dimensional characters. And they're multi-dimensional without feeling like they don't have a set personality. Like, I used this earlier talking to Marissa. Captain Marvel felt like she didn't have a set personality because sometimes she was serious, sometimes she was quippy, sometimes she was sarcastic. And while a person does have multiple, facets to how they are, that's what makes human beings human. When you're writing a character and they don't seem to have any consistency, it kind of makes it hard to understand who they are as people. This, you would have King Shark, being really cute. Oh, look, I'm adorable and I can't read good. And then he's like also eating people horribly the entire fucking movie. And you're like, yeah, that tracks. And everyone is super duper good. Polka Dot Man, fantastic. My personal favorite was Ratcatcher 2. But everyone was so good. Idris Elba did an incredible job. John Cena did amazing. I love John Cena now. Fuck. Rick Flag was so good. All of them. Super dynamic, super interesting. The costuming was great. The visuals were great. Yeah. So the characters, A+. The actual story, super unpredictable, which I respect. They come out of the gate with just, twisting your nipples, ripping your fucking titties off then and there. Sorry. Santa's not real, and everyone dies. They start off like they advertise that mad people get killed and mad people are going to get hurt and die. And, you're like, oh, yeah, sure. That guy that's in the background of the poster, I'm sure he's not going to make it. Like, it was like a fucking Slipknot situation. You're like, oh, yeah, I wonder who's going to die. The guy that can climb anything, I bet he's going to make it. No. This one, it was literally like you didn't know. They made it so clear from the very beginning that anyone can fucking die. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there are some unexpected fucking deaths that come out of fucking nowhere. And you're like, oh, we're Ned Starking this shit. And the answer is yes, nobody is safe. So that allows for some serious stakes. When your favorite person is trapped in a corner with a gun to their head, you actually are worried that they're going to get their fucking face blasted off. And I love that, even though I was stressed the entire time. So the story was great. Writing was great. Pretty much every fucking joke lands. Like, I was laughing from start to finish. Even the jokes that I didn't like in the trailer are funny within the context of this movie because they've already thrown you into it. They already show you what kind of vibe they're going for, and they do it to perfection. James Gunn is a lunatic. People talk about how crazy this movie is and shit, and they may be a little vanilla, but they're kind of right. This movie does go into some pretty insane directions that I'm sure James Gunn was like, are you sure I can do this? And DC was like, yeah, we don't give a fuck. So they let him ride it, and ride it he did, like a cowgirl. It was beautiful. I really, like, I don't have any complaints, really. I guess my only complaint would just be how cynical it ends up becoming at certain points, with certain deaths, certain moments. If you've seen other James Gunn movies that aren't just Guardians of the Galaxy, you know how cynical and dark he has gotten. Like, Super is one of the darkest movies I've seen in a long fucking time. I still have not recovered from it, and I've seen it twice. Like, he has very, very bleak outlooks sometimes. His morality is very unclear with certain movies, and because of this, some moments brought it down for me. It didn't it wasn't detrimental to my enjoyment of it, but it did kind of stop this from being like a huge favorite of mine. I still really liked it. It's still like one of my favorites of the year, but if it was a little sweeter. My real life is too sad for me to get a lot of enjoyment out of really grim movies, and this is fun. It's full of jokes. It's very colorful. It's very gory. It's very exciting, and I was not bored for a second. But even so, in some of the tender moments and some of the writing choices presented, I was a little offended. I was a little hurt at some of the decisions made. But that all said, it's a great fucking year to be a DC fan. Long Halloween, parts 1 and 2, Zack Snyder's Justice League, Justice Society, we're eating good, people. I'm so excited. Big recommendation. I'm going to go ahead and give The Suicide Squad a 4 out of 5. I told you why. I thought it was a great time. I think it was extremely well made. I got out of it exactly what I wanted. They do everybody justice. The choreography is great. The writing is great. I usually don't like the concept of, oh, this movie is fun. It's good because it's fun. But this movie actually is just, it exemplifies, like, fun. Even through the gruesome moments, even through the cynical moments, even through the really, really dark moments, it still radiates. And I think that it is worth seeing on the biggest screen possible. HBO Max is not going to cut it, y'all. Put your fucking mask on and get your ass out there at the theaters. It is worth it. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on this movie. I don't know what the next movie I'm going to see is, but if I have enough thoughts on it, then maybe I'll do another one of these. We'll see. But that's all. Yeah, it was really good. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you do see it, I hope you enjoy it too. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.